Hey there, YouTubers. Here is a product review. I will start off by saying this was bought with my own money. I was not given these. Wouldn't be against it, but I was not given these panels. So it's the ECOFLOW solar panel, 220 watt panel. And this is the ECOFLOW River 2 Pro. And again, it is Amazon Prime Day, so it went a little bit overboard. These are regularly $1,000. Got this for $780 on Prime Day, thanks to the Prime discount, and also thanks to the coupon code from Hobotech. So this video, I'm not going to try to get weeds deep into all the technical aspects of it. If you want that kind of video that I watched, you can check out Hobotech. He went and basically tried to break it, and also thank you for the discount code. Or Jasonoid, who had another great video on this and many others, portable power stations and panels. We actually got two different ones. Next, I will go through this one first, and next we will go through the, what's yours called?
Delta 2.
The ECOFLOW Delta 2 will be after this. And what I'm gonna do first is I'm just gonna unbox this, and I'm gonna charge it. Now, pros and cons of this. This thing will charge super fast. You can charge it from 0 to 100% in like 70 minutes, which is pretty amazing. It has an app, which is really cool, that you can change a lot of the settings on it. So I want to try to figure out that a little bit before I show some of that. This is the new Life PO4. So it's lithium ion batteries. So you should be able to use this for 10 years before the battery starts degrading at all. And that's like if you use it every day. So that is a definite improvement to the older lithium batteries. Pros and cons. Okay, on the solar panel, it's heavy. It's about 21 and change, almost 22 pounds. And it's big because it's glass. It's a little expensive. The plus of it, especially if you're up north, like in the northern United States, it gets pretty close to what they claim. A lot of times you buy a solar panel and they claim whatever wattage, and even this won't be that good, but I seen the ratings of like you're gonna get 85% of solar through it. So that is a great thing about it. But pluses, again, quick battery speed. The 4 outlets are 800 watts. It claims it will do 1600 watts, but that's kind of a technical trick. What they do is, to get above 800 watts, they kind of cut the amps down. So what it would mean is, say you have something that's 1200 watts, this will power it, but it's going to cut the power back to whatever you're trying to run on it a little bit. So if you're trying to run a hairdryer, it'll run it, but it might not get as hot as it will out of your house outlet. But if you're camping and stuff like that, just being able to use a coffee pot that might be over 800 watts and have it cut back and just take a little bit longer, or using an induction top if you want, or whatever weird thing you want to do, it'll power it. It'll just cut the watts back sometime. So what I'm going to do with both of these is I'm going to do more of an unboxing and a let's see if it'll power this kind of thing. But again, there'll be a break before I record all that because I want to get it charged up and see how it works. And there is pretty much no sun today here, so we won't be checking out the solar panel. So let me open this sucker up. The other pro of the solar panel is it's tempered glass, which gives it the weight, which also helps it be a little bit more efficient, makes it heavy, but it is totally waterproof. They said you could drop it in a lake for half an hour, it would still work. Important safety tip, don't put your solar panels in a lake for half an hour. But if you're out in the rain, you don't have to freak out the way you do with normal solar panels. Now, another one of the downs on the solar panel is some people in the reviews said that it can be fragile and you can break it. And again, as I said, it's heavy and it's big, so finding a place to put it in a small van might be difficult. So I would just say, going into something like this, realize what you bought, if it fits your needs, and then act accordingly. If you know something's fragile, then be careful with it the best you can. Okay, so now we're gonna open this. Oh, another important safety tip. I'd heard conflicting things about customer support. Here's how this is gonna work. This got delivered as 2 packages. I went on Amazon and it only showed 1 tracking number. The panel came first, so then I was like, I wanna make sure that I get the power station part. I spent over 2 hours on the telephone trying to get a hold of somebody. I also went on Amazon and put a comment in there, which they responded to, but didn't seem to understand my question and didn't answer it. So I spent 2 hours on the phone, 2 hours in their little chat window on the website, and every time it was my turn to get my question answered, it just went away. I finally, after 2 hours, did get an answer, and they gave me the tracking number for the second one. The voice who bought the other one that we're going to review, when mine came before hers, she did the same thing. She put a comment on Amazon saying, I need my second tracking number. They answered her properly right away. So out of 2 experiences, we got the opposite ends of the spectrum on that. Again, I've heard people say good things about customer support. My initial experience was not good. I mean, time is money, and I literally spent over 2 hours trying just to get the tracking number for this to be delivered. So keep that in mind. Now we're gonna open it now, like I said. The box came in pretty good shape. The solar panel box came in excellent shape. Oh, pretty, pretty. It's like Christmas. And on a side note, when I say Amazon Prime Day, I went a little overboard. Yeah, I went ham on Prime Day, so there's gonna be some other things coming up. Okay, let's give you a view where you can actually see it coming out of the box. It's packed pretty well. Looks like it's in good shape, nothing done. And they give you this stuff, they give you these. So let's see what we got here. You get 3 USB ports. You get a USB-C, which is pretty good. The USB-C is supposed to be about 100 watts, and you can also charge this from USB-C. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but if you want to do it, you can. It has 12 volt. There's a 12 volt and 2 barrel plugs and 4 power outlets at 800 watts each. Again, as I mentioned, they use that thing called EcoBoost, which will give you 1600 watts to an outlet. But as I said, they're going to cut the amps back, and I watch videos of people powering most everything with it, personally. Fans are on the top. The top is flat. It weighs 17 pounds, so it's not that heavy. Easy to move around. There are rubber feet on the bottom. The flat top is good. The one thing it doesn't have that a lot of people want is wireless charging. It won't do that. Not a big deal to me. At this point, my phone won't do wireless charging. And everything I've heard, it's more stressful on devices that when you do wireless charging. So it wasn't a factor to me. If it's a factor to you, you might want to look at a different product. Okay, in the back is where you plug it in. These are cool that they don't need the power brick. It's just a normal cable, and that's where your solar goes in. And again, we can do all the technical things you want to do now. So there we go. There's all the technical stuff on the screen. You can decide if that's meets the specs that you want to use. And again, if you're looking at trying to get way into the nerdy weeds on these things, check out Hobotech. You know, he's the guy that takes these things and says, all right, I'm going to break it. I'm going to push it past its limits. And that's entertaining and that's good. Maybe if you're watching this, you might be a little bit more like me, where I just want something I can plug in I don't have to put a lot of thought into, and it just works. Okay, so let's turn this sucker on. Should be probably about 28% is what they sent it charged as. So I am going to obviously charge it before I go any further. Let's open up the other box with the goodies. This box. Okay, so here's all the cables and doodads. There is your AC power. Again, no brick, really cool. There's barrel plugs. It's a car charger. You charge it from the back. And as I said when I watched those other channels, these are pretty efficient. The solar panel's pretty efficient. And EcoFlow, I think, is ahead of Jackery now, because Jackery's still using the older lithium-ion batteries, which just don't have the charge cycles that these things have. Okay, I got my cell phone. You can see that it's charging. It's at 75%, and it's charging at 9 watts. Check the other one. That port works as well, also 9 watts. And the third one, that port works also at 9 watts. Okay, so the USB-C plugs, there's no button to turn that on. They're smart. When they realize something's in there, they turn on. And when they realize it's gone, it turns off. Now I'm gonna do a review on these fans. This fan, it's got 2 things, which is pretty cool. But I just wanna make sure that 12 volt is working. You gotta push the button to turn it on. There we go. These are pretty cool. I think people are gonna like the reviews. That 12 volt fan, 2 fans, 1 unit, is using 5 watts, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. And I know that the 12 volt outlet works. So turn it on. Cool, right? Okay, here's another fan that I've had for a while. I'm not trying to take this to its max right now. I'm just trying to make sure that everything works. Also, I have a power monitor that I could plug in and see if this is as accurate as... Again, if you care about that, there are channels that'll get way deep in those weeds for you. But let's start with this. Turn the plug on. I'm gonna check all 4 of them. Turn the fan on. That's high. And that is using, as you can see, 66 watts. Let's check this one. 66, 65. So that's good. This one, 65 watts. So far I'm very happy. Okay, everything works. Yay. It says that this would run with 28% charge for 3 hours. That's pretty good, right? All right, the fan on medium is 45 watts. And on low, that looks like 28 watts to me. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna read a book. I'm gonna read a book on this. I know a guy reading a book, that's weird. But I'm gonna read the book on it, figure out the app. The app is supposed to be really cool, so I'm gonna download that, try to figure out how it works, and maybe I'll go through it really quick with you. But again, I'm not trying to get all techie on it. And I'm gonna charge it. I'm not gonna charge it at the max fast charging that it does, because, you know, I want this to last at least 10 years. All right, and then we're gonna get into the solar panel, and we'll show you a little bit of the other stuff. This video might get too long. GoPro. All right, YouTubers, I almost forgot, one of the most important pros to this whole thing is these come with a 5-year warranty. And everything I've heard from other reviews and other things is they will honor this warranty. So obviously you have to go to their website and you register it. Why would you register it? Because you want to have your warranty. And also I think they do some you can earn points or something weird to buy different EcoFlow products. Okay, now I'm gonna read the book and we're getting it to pair. All right. Connected the app real quick and easy. I told you I wasn't going to show you much, but there, real easy. All right, I changed the charge speed to 700. Let's call it 600. 600 watts. And we got the cable. I'm going to plug it in. Should be set to charge at 600 watts. And it's really cool not having a brick. Okay, we're plugged in. Let's see what it does. You can see it going up both places. 606 watts. Bouncing around a little bit. See it down here. Says it's going to take about an hour. See what time it is now. It is now 2:02. Let's see if it's done by 3:02 at 600 watts. All right, this says an hour. The app says an hour and 9 minutes. So we'll see again. It is now 2:03. We'll see if it gets done by about 3:10. All right, that is the noise it makes when it's charging or under heavy load. I don't have a meter or nothing like that, but right now the GoPro is like 10 inches away, a foot away from the microphone or so. I don't think that's too bad. You can see here it's at 99%, but it says it's got 10 minutes to go. A lot of times the last little bit takes a while for it to push all those electrons into there and all that good stuff. That's not how anything works. Go. There it is, 100% charged. That's what the phone says. Yay. Yeah, I know this is getting long, but hopefully it's helpful showing you the River 2 Pro and the Delta 2. There's going to be a second video because it did get so long of showing actually charging stuff. You can charge it with your car charger. Let's check that out. All right, YouTubers, I got it plugged into the seat. I'm gonna go here, plug this in. It's at 83%. Why is it not charging? There it goes. Let's see. So it goes up to about 100 watts of input. It's saying it's going to take an hour. Okay, we'll see how it does. So I don't know if it's charging right or if the phone is working right. My phone's garbage. I got it plugged into the armrest here. We're driving back to Michigan to the Yoop, and it's charging at about 100 watts, which is normal, and it's saying it's going to take an hour. It's at 83%. Yeah, I figured I'd do some of this kind of charging to see how it does. It charged it great from a 12 volt without any problems. Then we decided to charge it on high. This thing is charging almost 1200 watts, which is like 1.1 kilowatt. And it charges fast. You can also turn these down to slower charging for the whole lifespan thingy. There's my arm. Okay, as I had said before, I don't want to charge, and she's going to turn hers down too. I don't want to charge these max if I don't have to. But, you know, we were just talking, and obviously the advantage is if you only have a few minutes and you can charge it at max, you know, you can take it in anywhere you're going. You go into a bathroom and you could probably get a lot of charge, especially at like 1200 watts. So the fast charging is one of the great aspects of this, and they do not claim it will take down your 3000 charges or 10-year lifespan. She changed it down to 600 watt max input, and it takes it now an hour and 20, which is still pretty quick, but almost 1200 watts is pretty impressive charging speed.
It was 46 minutes.
Yeah. So it added another like half an hour, 45 minutes, like doubled it, which makes sense because you cut it down in half. EcoFlow River 2 Pro. It is 768 watt hours, which is about 40 amp hours. And next we're going to show you the other EcoFlow product we have, and then we'll do the solar panel after. All right, here is the other one we got. Well, I didn't get. This is the Voices. She got the EcoFlow Delta 2. It's a little bit bigger. We'll talk about at some point why she chose the one she chose and why I chose the one I chose. So we chose different ones because we have different ideas on what we want to do with them. Basically, she's going to be charging 12 volt refrigerators, so she needed a little extra. I got a great deal on mine, as she did, thanks to Amazon Prime Day for sales, and thanks to Hobotech for also more sales. So again, if you want the cool technical stuff, go check out Hobotech. He might even still have discount codes to save you some more money. So she already authorized me. I didn't want to do it, but I'm going to open this for her. Isn't that nice of her to let you guys on YouTube see the unboxing of this? I think so. How much does this one weigh?
27 pounds.
So this is a little heavier. It's bigger. This is, do you remember the amp hours or watt hours?
Somewhere around 12.
We'll put that in here in a
I
second.
can't remember now.
Oh, it's bigger.
Power, my hair dryer, my
Sure.
flat iron, or whatever.
There's that. There's all the goodies. Here's the two of them next to each other. Not a hugely difference in size. Some of you people like this kind of stuff, so I'll do it quick. The Delta 2 is about 11 inches tall. Handles make it about 15.5 inches wide. And how deep is it? We'll call it 7 and some change. It's all in the description stuff. This one is just under, this is like 9 and 10 1/4. This is about 9 3/4. So there's a difference in size. I'll get you out of the way because we're done with you. Okay, this, I think that's the expansion where you can put another battery bank into it.
Right.
Both pure sine wave. This has a whopping 4 USB ports, 2 of them fast charge, and it has 2 USB-C ports. I think the display looks the same. Again, there is no wireless charging. And on the other side, this has the ports on both sides. You have the power plug to turn it on. You have the solar charger, and also that's where your car adapter goes. You have 6 AC outlets, 2 of them being grounded. And you have your 12 volt is down here, and 2 barrel plugs. There's on both of them, there's a limit on the 12 volt out. So if you hook up 3 devices, you're still gonna have a max for the whole thing. And that has a reset button on it, a little door. Okay, as I'm learning this, because I did not buy this or research it as much, this other button, that's basically a surge protector that'll trip. It's a circuit breaker kind of thing. They call it an overload protection, 20 amp max. Since it's hers, I'm making her turn it on. There you go. It's at 31% charge. Again, they don't send these fully charged because that could be dangerous. But another good advantage of the new LiFePO 4, I think it's called, the lithium ion batteries, is they're much less likely to explode or be dangerous. So that's another good aspect of these.
And it's lighter weight as well than a regular lithium ion battery would be.
Yes.
If you look at the other ones that are like the older versions of these, they're like 50 pounds or something. And I thought about getting one of those before, but I just I can't lift that much, so I never wanted those heavy ones.
Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the phone in there again and make sure that these are charging. These also, you don't have to turn these on. They're smart. They know when something connects to it, I think.
No, I think there's a switch, isn't there?
This one does have a switch. The other one does not. So I'll plug that in. And it's charging. And it's charging. And the last one, the 4th one, is charging. All right, and this is the box of cords and goodies I forgot to show you. I just remembered. Like the other one, no brick, just a good heavy cord. There's the 12 volt charger for your cigarette lighter, and another set of those barrel plugs again. So pretty much the same stuff was in this box. She was told and even the thing says that there should be the cable for the solar panel, but that could also be in another box because she was given the third UPS FedEx tracking number, so maybe that just hasn't arrived yet. We both, like I said, because there was so much confusion, we both bought cables for these, but haven't opened them in case we don't need them and we can send them back to Amazon. All right, now we're gonna do the panel. This is the 220 watt panel. We each got one. I marked the back of mine so she wouldn't steal it. That's not the case. I marked the back of mine in case there's something wrong. We know which one goes to which one. Advantages, disadvantages. Advantage is they're very efficient. They get close to 220 on all the things we've seen. Now, coming up and camping up in the northern areas a lot where you don't have the greatest angle, wanted something that was efficient. Downside, they're heavy. You got to be careful with them. They're made out of glass, so they can break. They're also bifacial, which means like if you put them on concrete and you get a reflection, they'll charge even better. I don't know how often they're going to be on concrete, but there's that. They can get wet. They can be in the rain. You still probably don't want them in there. Like I said before, you can drop them into a lake for 30 minutes and they should still work. Don't do that. So let's open it. The bad side in a small van, these are going to be hard to store. I know mine will fit under the bed or maybe in my closet. I haven't measured it yet. You should measure things when you're buying them. Okay, first thing out of here is there's some clips because it comes with a case that you use as the stand. It's heavy. It's nice. Aha. Aha. Think we may have been lied to. Looks like it does come with the 10-foot connectors. Yay. I don't know if that's 10 foot. That looks short. All right, I measured the cable. It is about 8 feet 2 inches. And I think the other one I bought was 10 feet. I think I can send it back. I'm gonna keep the box because it might travel in this box. You never know if they're fragile. Another good reason to keep the box, which I was just reminded of, is it's got a 5-year warranty. So if something goes wrong with it, it's good to have the box to send it back to. The zippers, it really feels well constructed. Yeah, I like the material of the carrying case. Okay, one side of this case has a protective kind of thing on it. The other side does not. When the panels come out, this zips all the way out, and this is how you can use it as a stand for this. I don't know why they did not design in I also heard somebody else say this too, and I'm finding it to be true. These seams where they connect the 4 panels are pretty tight. Might be difficult to get these to straighten out. So as you can see, there's the panel. It's bi-directional. So there are panels on both sides of it. Cool. All right, that is the case that it goes in, which also acts as a stand. And when we take this outside and try to use them, we'll see. Here's the panel. They are big. You know, you read the measurements online and you see stuff. They are big. Not 100% sure how thrilled about how big they they seem almost too big. They're tight, like we had read. We have an idea. We have a hack we're going to try to do to make that efficient. Super thin, and they're glass. but they are bifacial. And from everything I saw, they were getting 220, you know, on one side. Those are the 220 watt panels from EcoFlow. They're ginormous. Like, truly ginormous. How ginormous? Well, I measured the height. I don't know what this GoPro is doing anymore. 32.5 inches. We'll measure the width. How wide are these suckers? They are wide. They are 6 feet wide. That is 6 feet. So I can see why you're gonna get 220 watts out of that. We're gonna see when we put this through the paces how many watts they get. Okay? That's next, coming right about now. That got a little bit long, but in part 2, come back and we're gonna see what this will power. All kinds of different things we're gonna try. Hope you enjoyed and hope you have a great and wonderful day.